The most diverse comedy show you've seen, both in race, color, creed, gender, and that's probably about all. That's probably about it. I was gonna make up some other stuff, but we're gonna keep it real. Next comedian coming to the stage, we met a couple of years ago, and he just really impressed me by the way that he dressed. And I liked him, and he's very funny, very unique, and we built up a pretty good bond and friendship. Probably one that you really wouldn't expect, but nonetheless it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Mr. Mel Novus.
So who the hell were you expecting for a $10 cover charge? Louis C.K.? For Christ's sake, it's a Monday night, it's been raining, blizzarding, freezing, I'm what you get. It's not easy being a sex symbol. Oh, come on, everywhere I go the chicks are checking me out. I see you undressing me with your eyes. You too, sir. And I know what you're wondering. Boxers or depends? Well, I'm wearing both. So I've got this hideous panty line. But sometimes when I get in a hip-hop mood, I deliberately leave a few inches of the diaper showing. I think it's a hot look. Especially when I'm twerking. The only thing is with my arthritis, you don't know if I'm twerking or if I'm just half crippled. Actually, I'm thrilled to be here tonight because I woke up with this terrible scare this morning. I woke up and I couldn't talk right. I couldn't pronounce any of my epithets. It sounded like this. My wrist went limp. I got up, I'm walking around the room, I'm sashaying. So I went and I called my doctor. I said, "Doctor, I'm limping and my wrists are limp, I'm sashaying. I think I might be having a stroke." He said, "It sounds more to me like you've become gay." Now, I don't want you to think I got anything against being gay, okay? Some of my best friends are gay. My Uncle Louis was gay. My neighbor was gay. Elton John is gay. My husband is gay. Actually, I don't really have a husband. I have a wife who sort of looks like my husband. I'm using all my razors and she's constantly screaming every time she cuts her face. Would this side of the room please explain it to these idiots over here? I grew up on the rough and tumble, mean streets of Skokie. Oh yeah, I was a real wild kid. Me and my friends used to molest priests. And then when I got older, I used to get the crap beat out of me every day by these scruffy dudes with beards and all dressed in black and chains. To this day, I'm still terrified of Orthodox Jews. Thank you, sir. Buy me a drink after the show. Anyway, I've been married twice. The first time, many years ago, was to a Middle Eastern woman who wore a burqa. And I always thought that women in burqas were very hot, especially in July and August. So there I was at this wet burqa contest. And I saw this woman across the room, and she's kind of looking at me and giving me the eye, and I walked up and I looked right in that little window. And I knew it was love at first sight. Unfortunately, that marriage only lasted a couple of months because when she found that I was Jewish, she tried to murder me in my sleep. I knew there was trouble when she gave me an ID bracelet for my birthday that said, "Do not resuscitate." So this time around, just last month, my wife and I had our 33-year wedding anniversary. it's been a horrible experience. She tells me I never listen, and she's right. She's constantly nagging me about something, asking me to do something I don't want to do, like take out the garbage and drop dead. And the other night she says, "You're taking me out tonight, and you're going to take me someplace expensive." So I dropped the bitch at the gas station. Can you believe after 33 years of marriage I'm still having protected sex? I carry a gun. Because that's the only way I'm getting any. And if you're wondering if at my age I still have safe sex, yes I do. We've had guardrails put on the bed so I don't fall out and break my hip. You know, the worst part about, I should have listened to my wedding vows, you know, that part about till death do us part. If I'd have known I was going to be getting a life sentence, I probably would have stabbed the bitch to death and taken prison instead. At least I'd have gotten some hot meals once in a while. And sex. Yeah, I'm telling you. I recently went back to my elementary school reunion. I wanted to see if anybody was still living. And I'm not saying these people had aged badly, but there were vultures circling the room. And the party was hosted by the paramedics. And as soon as I walked in, some gray-haired old lady with trifocals and bad dentures came running up to me and says, Mel, do you remember me? I sat in back of you in the 8th grade. I said, look, bitch, if some old lady with trifocals and bad dentures were sitting in back of me in the 8th grade, I think I would have remembered. Thank you. I'm glad one person here is really enjoying this. Anyway, I ran into my very first girlfriend, Sharon Shamoli, and actually Sharon had a face kind of like a horse, but I mean, I really thought she had quite a body until one night I found out playing Strip Spin the Bottle that Sharon was really stuffing with Kleenex. Still in the boxes. Do you have any idea what that looks like? And I'm not talking about the vanity boxes, I'm talking about the big box here. And listen, this is the best I can do. It's Monday night. It was cold out. Anyway, my wife decides for our my last birthday that she's going to book me on this over 55 elder hostel tour. Well, first of all, I hate old people. And you know what elder hostel means? Means old, mean old people. I never saw so many old people in my entire life. I'm getting rattled just talking about this. I mean, most of these people were so old they probably voted for Roosevelt. Theodore Roosevelt. I thought I was in a remake of the movie Cocoon. Honest to God. You got on that bus, the whole thing smelled from Bengay, all these old dudes with the Bermuda shorts, the long black knee socks up to their knees, their balls dragging on the floor. We were supposed to go to New England to watch the leaves turn color in fall. The only thing that turned color in fall was some old lady on the bus. Supposed to be a lot of stops. The only stops were rest stops. They didn't need a tour guide, they needed a goddamn urologist. Anyway, I just want to say, you know, when you get to my age, it's one doctor's visit after another, and I can't keep the damn doctor's visits straight anymore. There I was in my doctor's office with my pants down around my ankles, bent over. When he walked in, can you believe this idiot expected me to be able to read an eye chart? And my proctologist is still wondering why I asked him if he thought I had pink eye. And then my last doctor's visit, you know, listen, at my age I've had to give up everything, fatty foods, drinking, smoking, I mean, you name it. He says, Mel, you've got to stop masturbating.